Yo guys, your boy Arin here, how y'all doing? And today I will try to fix 3 of Chelsea's main problems for under £50 million. Let's go! First position, and it's left back, you guessed it. So in that position we have Marcos Alonso and Emerson. And with the possibility of them leaving at the end of this season, I said that's the best position we can improve on first. So I went with a player that plays in the Portuguese league in Porto, and it's none other than Alex Telles. So the reason I've chosen him is that he is relatively cheap to the other top class left backs, and you can get him for a price around 30 to 35 million pounds. I think that's his release clause, and for that price you can't really go wrong. And Emerson and Alonso have just been disappointing this year. Obviously Emerson played like 4 to 5 games like in the first part of the season, first few games, and he was really good, and after that he got injured and his performances dipped. And then Marcos Alonso is not really suitable for a left back, and I just think his best bet is to go back to Italy, play for a Conte side or a 3 at the back side, which he can play in a wing back system, which is his best position. And I think we either can keep Emerson as a backup, or we just have to sell him and promote Ian Madsen from the academy. And back to Alex Telles. Obviously Alex Telles has quality delivery. His defensive skills are really good. Yeah, I know he plays in the Portuguese league and it's not the best of the leagues, but if you guys watch the games in the Champions League, obviously he has quality tackling and his free kicks are top class, his corners are really good. He has goals in him like Marcos Alonso, not as attacking minded as Marcos Alonso, but he can score, the odd long shot. And I just think for the price of 30 to 40 million pounds, that's a really good price, and we can get a top class left back and just forget about that left hand side, which has been like a problem area for many years since Ashley Cole left. And I know Azpilicueta played that side, but like, how Mourinho works, with his very defensive minded system, and just we couldn't really get the most out of that left hand side. And we obviously had Filipe Luis, but we never truly used him. So I just think Alex Telles is the solution. So yeah, let's get to the next position. For the next position I went for a winger slash attacking midfielder, and I went with our fellow academy boy Jeremy Boga. Obviously I chose him because Jeremy Boga is basically a Chelsea boy, and he just left Chelsea I think 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and he's familiar with the club, he knows everyone, and he has a lot of friends. And I think for a price of 12 to 13 million pounds for that's his release clause at Sassuolo, I think we can't go wrong. He's talented, he has crazy, his dribble numbers are crazy. I think he's like one of the top 3 or top 4 in Europe. And I think if you can add him to the likes of Hudson-Odoi, Pulisic, Ziyech, I think those 4 guys can cause a lot of trouble for the Premier League teams. And for only that cheap price, which is like 12 million pounds, I think for this current financial situation, we can't go wrong. And he still has a lot of potential. He was like one of our best academy players since he graduated. And because of coaches like your Contes, your Mourinho's, he never got the chance to truly show his skills in the Chelsea jersey. But I think with Frank Lampard here, he can come back and prove everyone wrong and go to the top of the English football with his boys, So yeah, let's get to the last position. For the last position, I went with a striker. A striker to back up Tammy and basically help him to grow, and a striker that's not gonna cost a lot. And I was thinking that we are better off saving our money for a better players and better assets. And I think in striker position we can do with a more experienced player, and players like your Cavani's, the player that I'm gonna name after this, they can really provide a lot of value to the team for their price. And I know that we have Giroud, we have Batshuayi, But Batshuayi, he's gonna leave. You know who Batshuayi is, just Batshuayi. And we also have Giroud, and I think for his spot for the Euros, for the France national team, I think he's better off to leave for him personally. And I think we are left with no strikers, and we got Armando Broja from the academy. We can promote him maybe for a third striker, but I think our best bet is to get Dries Mertens. The reason I chose Dries Mertens is that he's free. Who doesn't like a free player, you know? A player of his caliber, free? Mad, right? So I was like, we should snatch him up, bring him to the bridge, and just let him be a backup for Tammy. And Tammy obviously can learn a lot from Mertens. Obviously he's been at the top of the game. He's in your elite strikers, but he's really good. He's at some insane numbers, like your 30 goal seasons. And I think he's a different type of striker that we don't have. We usually have that big physical strikers like your Girouds, your Tammys, and we never had those like slick and small type of strikers like your Agueros. That's why I think Mertens is a different type of striker that we never had. And I think we can add him to our squad, and for the price of £0, I think he would be a pretty good signing. And he's really versatile, and we can also play him in a two-man striker partnership with Tammy or another striker. And I think with these three players that I've given you, we can save a lot of money. 3 top players for under £50 million. That's really good. And obviously with the sales of your Marcos Alonso, your Emerson Palmieri, your Ross Barkley's, basically the Deadwood, you know, the Drinkwaters, and maybe Jorginho. I'm not saying Jorginho is a bad player, but I think it's not the worst idea to get rid of him. He's a really good player, but I think he doesn't suit our system, and we already have a ready-made replacement for him for free. It's Billy Gilmore, and I think Juventus and Maurizio Sarri, they need Jorginho for their system to work out. And I think with the possible sales that we might have, we are better off just save up the money, keep the squad tighter, and obviously when we get like your Boga, Telles and Mertens, we can have a better balanced squad. And I think if we keep our money, we can maybe buy a top class center back like your Koulibaly's, or a young high ceiling center back like your Gabriels from Lille. Or maybe just splash the cash on Sancho or some other world-class winger. And if we do these things, I think we can eventually push for the league title and maybe someday become the European champion again. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like my video, subscribe to my channel, follow my Instagram and Twitter, and stay tuned for more content. Bye bye.